What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Real Talk Recovery, where we talk about recovery from addiction and I share my life with you. My name is Nicole and I'm an addict, and my sobriety date is July 13th of 2015. And I utilize maintenance medication. I'm currently on 2 milligrams of Suboxone, and I am documenting my taper here on YouTube. So if that's something you guys are interested in or support, come and hang out and subscribe to the channel. So before we get into today's live stream, you guys, I am going to start out by reading the MERA preamble. And as you guys come in, please go ahead, take a seat, greet your neighbor, and drop your sobriety date down in the comment section so that way we can encourage other people who may be struggling, so that way they can see that recovery is possible. It's possible for all of us. And also, shout out to the glitter on my eyes. I did that special for you guys. If you ladies want a tutorial, I will do a makeup tutorial tomorrow at noon. So if you guys want to come hang out with me, I got my glitter from Lemonhead LA, and we can do a whole makeup tutorial for that. Okay? All right. All right. What's up, everybody? I see everybody. What's up, Polly? What's up, Straight Talking? Hey, Mama. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Sky. Hey, Merk. All right. I'm glad you guys are here. So, little bit of change of plans. Danny was going to come on tonight, but he is busy at work right now. So, he's on a different time zone than me. So, me and him are going to get a scheduled time for next week, and he'll be back on the channel next week. But that's fine, because Friday nights are MERA, and MERA is Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. So shout out to my men and women out there that are on methadone, that are on Suboxone, that are on Vivitrol, that are on Sublocade, that are on antabuse, whatever medication you're utilizing in your recovery journey, you are welcome here. This is a group for us, by us, all inclusive. So let's go. Let me get the MERA preamble, and I will read it to you guys right now. So here we go. Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous. One size does not fit all. Do you use medications such as methadone, naltrexone, Suboxone, buprenorphine, antabuse, and camprosate, Paxil, Remeron, bupropion, gabapentin, baclofen, topiramate, Topamax that is prescribed and approved by the medical community to treat various drug and alcohol use disorders? Many addicts and alcoholics that are utilizing evidence-based science to aid in their recovery sometimes feel unwelcome. Here at Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous, you are always welcome. Recovery is simply to recover from an unsafe lifestyle. Medication Assisted Recovery Anonymous is a support group of people who believe in the value of medication as a means to recovery. We understand that our individual needs may not be the same, our backgrounds may not be the same, our futures may not be the same. However, our desire to live a safe lifestyle joins us together. Non-judgment is our code. So, I am going to show you guys really quickly. Oops, sorry about that. Now, we have Zoom meetings available. All you have to do is go to find a meeting and click right there on the Zoom meeting words, and it'll take you to the times that they do the Zoom meeting. So it says join a Zoom meeting that fits your schedule. Don't forget about time zones. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11, they have a meeting. Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, they have a meeting. Fridays at noon Eastern Standard Time, Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's always a meeting available some time of the day. If any of you guys are wanting to join, I'll post this on my community tab, so that way you guys will be able to see what time the meetings are. So, all right. Okay, cool. So how is everybody doing today? Are you guys having a great day? Is everybody staying sober? I hope so. So let's chit chat. All right, let me get my pen and my paper out. We're going to start today's meeting, and I am going to read from the daily reflection. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a reading just for today. I'm going to pick a reading. I'm going to read it, and then we're going to talk about that, and that will be our topic. Okay. Now, if any of you guys want to jump up here, I will get the link and I will put it in the comment section, so that way if you want to come up and share, you can. Does that sound good? I hope that sounds good to you guys. Okay. So just for today, 417. Here we go. What's up, Laura Jane? What's up, Pinup Pumpkin? What's up, Brandon? Hey, Cindy. Hey, Sky. I see all y'all in here. I'm glad y'all are here too. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? All right, here we go. April 17th. I initially felt that it would be impossible to attend more than 1 or 2 meetings a week. It just wouldn't fit in with my busy schedule. I later learned that my priorities were 180 degrees reversed. It was the everything else that would have to fit into my meeting schedule. Some of us attended meetings infrequently when we first came to Narcotics Anonymous, or MARA, or AA, or whatever fellowship you're a part of. Then wondered why we couldn't stay clean. What we soon learned was that if we wanted to stay clean, we had to make meeting attendance our priority. So we began again. Following our sponsor's suggestions, we made a commitment to attend 90 meetings in 90 days. We identified ourselves as newcomers for our first 30 days so that way others could get to know us. At our sponsor's direction, we stopped talking long enough to learn to listen. We soon began to look forward to meetings, and we began to stay clean. Today, we attend meetings for a variety of reasons. Sometimes we go to meetings to share our experience, strength, and hope with the newer members. Sometimes we go to see our friends. And sometimes we go just because we need a hug. Occasionally, we leave a meeting and realize that we haven't really heard a word that's been said, but we still feel better. The atmosphere of love and joy that fills our meetings has kept us clean another day. No matter how hectic our schedule, we make meeting attendance our priority. Just for today, in my heart, I know that meetings benefit me in all kinds of ways. Today, I want what's good for me. I will attend a meeting. So, hey, Bethany. So, willingness is what I hear there. I hear willingness to, go to the meeting even when we don't want to. So let's talk about that, okay? First, I'm going to get the link. I'm going to drop it in the comments for anybody that wants to come up and share about the reading. So let me get the link real fast, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling, y'all. Hey, Dwight. Glad you're here, bub. Okay. Sorry. Bear with me. I'm getting the link. You guys, I need a new laptop. My laptop is so slow. I don't know if I need a new one or if I just need to clean it. Do you know what I mean, Vern? Okay, here we go. Okay. Come on. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Hurry up. Hey, Aaron. Okay. All right, you guys. So, how many of you guys did you guys listen to the reading? Okay. So basically what the reading is about is prioritizing our sobriety, okay? Making your recovery a priority. How many of you guys make sure that you make your recovery a priority? Do you make time to stay do you make time to do activities that are going to help you in your sobriety? Or are you just expecting to stay sober by osmosis? Now let me tell y'all a little story. Let me get the link too. So before 2015, when I got sober, I had tried to get sober before. I say tried like this because I don't really know how hard I was trying. I mean, I tried, but I didn't give it my all like I did this time. This time around, I have given recovery my all. And staying sober is my number one priority. There's the link, you guys. Staying sober and working my recovery is more of a priority to me than my husband. It's more of a priority to me than my son. Do you guys know why? Do you know why my priority is my recovery before my kids, before my husband? Because without my recovery, I won't have them. If I don't stay sober, I'll lose my son. And I know because I've done it before, you guys. I've done it. Oh, girl. Hey, we already got somebody up sharing, y'all. Let's do this.
Oop.
Hey, Sam.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hold on. It's me. It's not you. Boom. Okay. Now I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, I hear you now. I have it muted.
I heard something earlier that was really good that I'd never heard before. And it was, I guess, another one of those like cliche type sayings, but it just made a lot of sense. So I was going to share it with everybody.
Heck
and
yeah.
that is, you can't stay clean on a shower that you took a month ago, 2 months ago. You can't stay clean from the shower that you took yesterday. So you have to take a shower every day so that you can stay clean. And
I'm writing it.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm writing it down. You can't stay clean.
It was the most beautiful thing that I have heard in a long time, because all the cliche sayings just, they stay in my head that I think I just dropped, and meeting makers make it,
Yeah.
They make it really simple.
So tell everybody, Sam, tell them your name, how long you've been sober, and tell us a little bit about what you do to stay sober every single day.
Samantha Sam Brown. My clean date, sobriety date is August 17th of 2018. I have 18 months, and I do online meetings. I made my first face-to-face meeting once or twice a day for the first 6 months. And then I moved, and we don't have a meeting that I can attend. So I've been doing online meetings for the past year. I started off on intherooms.com, and then I found you, and I have been doing step work with you, calling you whenever I'm not lazy. And
yeah, at least you're honest. That's right.
Yeah. And I have the AA Big Book, the Narcotics Anonymous Basic Text, the Step Working Guides, 12 and 12, Russell Brand's Recovery. I even have the Crystal Meth Anonymous book. That one's a really great one.
Oh, I need to get that one. That sounds really so interesting to me.
Yeah, I have all of them, and I read them all the time. I make sure I do something every day to stay in the recovery loop. I have to keep my finger on it at least once a day.
Well, yeah, we did. What did we do when we were getting high? We did something every single day to get that dope.
Yeah.
So we got to do something every single day to stay sober. Totally. That's awesome, Sam. I'm super proud of you, girl.
Yeah, I'm proud of myself.
You're doing amazing. And let me tell y'all something. Sam and me she lives in Little Rock too. And so Sam is very strong, you guys, because she lives with her grandmother, and her grandmother has medication that Sam used to use. And so,
My
she
choice, actually.
yeah,
My
they live
favorite pill.
together.
Yeah.
And so imagine, it scares me, and I pray for her all the time that God will just keep his hand of protection on her. But it's so, sometimes you can't help that. You live with your family, especially in her situation. She's got kids, she needs the extra help. And so she's really, really working hard to stay sober, obviously, because imagine you could just walk in there and take them. And so, but you know what? It's not worth it. It's only temporary, that high that you would get, and then you'd feel like shit.
Yeah. And I mean, I know I'm doing a lot for my recovery, but I really do thank my medication for because I don't think if I was completely like without anything that I would be able to do that. Like I don't have that faith in myself. And I think if I had those cravings all the time and the obsession to use all the time like I used to, then there's no way. Because I used to just go in her room and steal it out of her purse, and that's not my life today, thank God. So, and the only way I've it like this is because of Suboxone.
Well, because of Suboxone and your hard work. The medication is 5%. 5% of your sobriety is the medication. The other 95 is the work that you put into it. So you are working hard to stay sober.
I've been putting a lot in.
Right. You're doing good, girl. I'm proud of you.
Come on, girl.
Do what? You're letting somebody else? Okay. I love you. Bye.
Love you too.
Okay. Hey, let's see. My computer's going to freeze up. I just know it because it's already acting like a shit computer. Okay, Nick, I see you back there. Don't go anywhere. All right, hold on. Okay. Sorry, guys. Oh,
hey.
There we go. You still there? Nick.
Nicole, what's up?
Oh, hell no. That's got. Do you hear that? What doing that? Oh, well. Do you guys hear that talking from my computer? No? Okay, good. Anyways, what's up, Nick?
Oh, not much. Just hanging out, watching enjoying the meeting.
Dude, you look like you're some rich guy in a mansion right now.
I am chilling in a robe, I'm not going to lie. It feels really comfy.
You need a cigar.
I know. I'm trying to make the most of this freaking this virus. So as long as I'm in the house hanging out, might as well be comfy, huh?
That's right. What do you got to tell me what you got to say about this reading that we read today about prioritizing your recovery?
Okay. So this was really big for me when I was like a year and a half sober. I wasn't going to meetings. I didn't have a sponsor. I wasn't working any type of recovery. All I was doing was working out. And what I found was the idea of thinking I could use like a normal human being, like a normal person, started to creep back into my head. And the idea of wanting to hit up the dope man and just see how he's doing. You know what I mean? And I had a close call where I ended up buying heroin, and I think I told you in my story where I almost used and I threw it out the window. Thank goodness, because I would not be here today. But I found that once I got back into the rooms of whatever recovery people choose to have, but for me, it was the 12 steps, and I worked with a sponsor. Those ideas and cravings, and going to a meeting every day and being reminded that I am an addict, and hearing other people's stories really helped me. And I've been trying to put that as my routine every day so that I don't go back to that type of thinking, if that makes any
Right.
sense.
Oh, it makes sense. I have like a similar experience when my friend had Xanax and she came over to my house and I bought some from her and I put them in my wallet and I was like, I'm going to take these at night so nobody knows.
Right.
And I slept on them and I woke up the next morning and my husband needed $20. So I said, oh, I got some in my wallet. So he went to go get the money out of my wallet and he found the pills
Thank goodness.
and he was pissed. So he threw them in the toilet. If he hadn't have found those Xanax, this was probably like 2.5, 3 years ago, I would have lost my sobriety because I was going to eat them motherfuckers.
For real. Hey,
I was really going to do it. I had it planned how I could be sneaky, and so Neil and Nate wouldn't know, and I could just like live my best life, high as hell, laying in the bed.
that's one of those God moments right there, and that's why you're here now. Like that. I'm so glad you did not, that he found those. Oh my gosh.
I am too. I don't know why. I think I was just really tempting fate. Like I kept having my friend come over. It was at the beginning of when I first got put on Suboxone, and I was still kind of teetering back and forth between I can sell a strip here and there and make some extra money, you know. And so that's what was happening. She was coming over and buying like a couple of strips from me every month. And so I was still doing that drug addict behavior.
The lifestyle, yeah.
And that's how I almost got. If I hadn't stopped doing that, that's what I think happens to a lot of people is they get hung up on their old behaviors and they don't know how to stop, you know?
Exactly.
So,
well, listen, I'm glad
we made it.
I'm glad you let me come on here, and I'm glad you made it too, and that he found those. I just watched your last video on what benzos were like, or Xanax was like.
Yeah.
When you freaking sang Akuta Matata, you know what I'm talking about? And
yeah,
I started cracking up. That was freaking hilarious. So
it's exactly how they made me feel. Like I would literally imagine Gandhi and he's sitting on a pillow and I would just be like,
yeah. Oh, God.
That's exactly how they made me feel.
Oh, you're the best, Nicole.
I love you, man.
I love you too. I hope everyone has a great meeting, and I'll be watching.
Okay. Be good.
All right. Peace.
Okay, y'all, we're glitching and got Sky. Love is coming up next, y'all. Let me get this glitchy ass computer in line. Oh. Okay. Don't go anywhere, girl.
Okay.
Come on now, glitchy. Ah, there we go.
I gotta shrink my screen. There we go.
Hey, girl. Hey, Amy. I see you, sweetheart. Oh, here we go. I'm bringing you. Can you see me,
yes, well, you're
Sky?
breaking up a little, but okay.
There you are.
Am I coming through clear?
What's up, girl?
You can hear me okay? Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
I have a problem with meetings, and I know I need to get over it. It's going to sound really selfish, but the 15 minutes of reading gets under my skin so bad. I know there's a reason for it. I know it's important, but for some reason, it's because I'm so ADD and impatient. I just want to get it started. So but that's kind of, I'm getting away from the really what I wanted to share. So people, places, and things. This is really, really hard for me because the people category was just me. I was an isolator. So there's really no one to avoid, but myself. Places was home where I live. And now I'm stuck here. So it's so challenging. But I'm going to keep doing this. But I really do think I need to go on maintenance meds because I don't think I can do it much longer. It's not so much craving.
And listen to me.
It's just not, this depression is killing me. And the lack of motivation and trying to work. I don't know. Thank God for these meetings because it's the closest thing. If we weren't in a quarantine, I would be forcing myself to go to meetings. And, I would be miserable sitting through the first 10 minutes. I know I sound like such a whiny bitch, but when I'm
no, I totally get it.
I feel like we could be spending that time sharing and, but anyway, I'm not going to let it stop me from going. But listening to Sam too, I can totally relate. I just want to be, if I'm on a low dose of Suboxone every morning, I take it. I can't do a narcotic, or pill. I can't do opiates. They won't work. So, so that's where I'm at. I need, today was so hard.
You know what? You're like, this is post-acute withdrawal, okay? The pause is what they call it.
Yeah.
And so everybody in the comments is like, same. They can all relate to what you're saying. That's probably the hardest part about coming off of pills or opiates or any drug is you get through the withdrawal and then comes the unimpending sense of doom.
Yes.
My life will never be back to normal.
Oh.
I'm never going to feel okay. I hate the way I feel. And, I wish I could come on here and say, oh, yeah, you can do this, that, and then you'll be better. But I got on Suboxone, and the reason why it helps me so much is because I wasn't having that dopamine or serotonin to my brain, right? And so when I got on Suboxone, even though I'm only on 2 milligrams now, I still know that, like, I get up, I take my medication, then I go along with my day.
Mm-hmm.
And I also take medication for my mental health that helps me with my day. Because Wellbutrin, you guys, has given me, it helps me to wake up and get motivated. I don't know how to explain it any other way than
I'm on that too.
Like, it helps me get up and get started.
I'm on that too, girl.
And so that is Suboxone. They saved my life. But I do know that you could get on Suboxone, Sky, and you could still feel these depression feelings. And so that's why I think it's really important to start, like, trying to be, how do I say this? Trying to practice, like, okay, I'm feeling shitty. I feel depressed, but I'm not going to let this consume my day. I'm going to make myself get up. I'm going to go hang out with my mom. I'm going to go walk out in the sunshine and, like, try to do that. Now, listen, I know that some people cannot do it. I know how bad it is. I've been in one time, it was probably about 3 or 4 months ago. I made a video when it happened. I could not get out of my bed. I was so depressed. I was crying for days. And I was just so down. And the only thing that helped me was getting on my channel and talking about it. And so talk to somebody about it. Call me, call some of the girls in the group. Just text us in the group and say, y'all, I'm feeling shitty again, because I try to focus on what we have instead of what we don't have right now, you know? And
Yes.
so you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You know that? You're really pretty.
Oh,
I'm just
you're
looking
so
at your face
sweet.
and you're like, you don't
Yeah,
have
you
any
don't have
makeup
good
on and your
vision.
face looks good. Damn, I hope I look good whenever I don't, you know, like, but
Don't round it up.
you
I'm still.
focus on all the things you have to be grateful for today and try not to let that depression take over. But also give yourself a chance. If you think and you want to try medication assisted treatment, try it. What's there to lose? If you don't like it, you can get off of it, you know?
You're right.
But I really think that your life is going to change. If I think it'll help you a lot. I really, really, really
Exercise
do.
too. I know.
So, you know,
Every day I say, every night I say I'm going to get up earlier, and I set my alarm for 6:30. But then I wake up at 1 or 2 for 2-3 hours. So when the alarm goes
me
off,
too.
I reset it for 8 o'clock because I'm sleeping then. Once my
Right.
circadian rhythm is back to normal, well, the only way for that to happen is to force myself to get up when the alarm goes off, I guess. But you know, I know I'll get there. I just needed to share, and I don't want to complain.
You're not complaining. Everybody knows what you're saying. We all can relate to what you're saying. It's not complaining. You're sharing what you're going through. What are you on, day 12 now?
14.
14?
Yes.
How did I miss those days?
Well, April 4th. Well, it's 2 full Fridays. So I think it's day
14 days.
14. Because today's
Yeah,
the
because
17th.
today's the 17th. Yeah. So, girl, she's been sober for 2 weeks, you guys. So you're right at that point where it's hard, girl. It's a hard time when you're first getting sober. But like I said, if you feel like you still are feeling this terrible feeling, there's always that option. And also, there is this new I'm going to text you this information, but there's this website that they're doing telemedicine for maintenance medication on this website. So I'll send you the information. But so that way you might not even have to go in to see the doctor. You can just get on the phone and do it over the phone.
That would be good.
You know?
All right.
Don't beat yourself up, though. Everybody can relate to what you're saying. Okay. So complaining. Now, you know, I do want you to try and focus on the positive and stuff, but you're not complaining. I think you're doing a great job. It's hard at the beginning, for real.
I know. I love you.
Oh, I love you.
Thanks.
Are you leaving me now?
Yeah, I don't want to take up, I want someone else to go up if they're ready. Thank you.
Okay, girl. All right. Love you. I'm proud of you.
I love you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Hold on, Laura. I see you, girl. I see you. So awesome, you guys. I'm so proud of all of you that are coming up and sharing. This is fucking amazing, man. Hold on, Laura. I have to get you up here, girl. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hey, sis.
So I think it's especially hard for people now because we're all feeling isolated anyway. You know, when you start to get depressed, you withdraw and you isolate anyway. Well, now we're all being forced to isolate. So it's even harder for us to have that sense of community. So I think it's really important that, and like, trust me, I hit my wall. I'm on day like 45. I'm in New Jersey, and like 2 weeks ago, I hit my wall where I broke down and I was like crying and it was just really bad. But you got to like get up, make yourself a routine, do something physical that helps with that pause. You have to like have some sense of accomplishment. Make yourself look good. I put on makeup and I know where to go,
Same.
Just do something. Do something.
Yeah.
I think when I first started, very first started getting clean after I dropped people, places, and things, I started a hobby. I started making jewelry. And then I started doing makeup, and then I started doing other things. But like making jewelry, just keeping my hands busy helped. Just anything to keep your mind off of it, you know? But I do think a lot of
Oh
people
yeah.
are hitting a certain point in this lockdown that it's making this worse.
It totally is. And I feel the same way. Like, even after being sober for a little bit, the other day I was just thinking, how much longer is this going to be like this? And
Yeah,
I could feel my chest like tightening up and this anxiety feeling coming over me because I was thinking, is the world ever going to be normal? Are we ever
yeah,
going to be able to leave, walk around, you know?
exactly. I mean, and I'm going on 8 years
Scary.
in September, and I have the same feeling. So the thing is we're all having the same feelings. Nobody's going through it alone. That's why this is so important. YouTube and like these meetings and everything you're doing, and just and making new friends right now. I've made so many new friends right now. Like, you
Yeah.
just kind of have to just try a little, plus
Oh, totally.
you got to hold yourself
Absolutely. I agree
accountable.
with you
You have to
100%.
hold yourself accountable. Little goals, baby steps. Today I'm
Yeah,
going to
totally.
take a
You're doing
walk.
so good. I saw your channel hit. What did you hit? 400, I think,
500,
right?
500.
500.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
That's a big deal, girl. I remember when I hit 500, I remember each milestone, and it meant so much to me. So I know you feel the same way.
And I am already over 1,800 watch hours, and I've only been doing this since November. So I'm like,
That's great.
so.
You're doing awesome. Anytime you want to come on my channel and chop it up with us, you're always welcome to do that. I love having you over here, girl.
Oh, I love your channel. Sometimes I just like to sit back and watch. And I mean, I'm in the chat, but I like to sit back and watch because sometimes I really want to hear what you have to say, But I feel like right now, a lot of people have been on lockdown. We're all missing that like social interaction, that adult interaction, that sense of purpose that our jobs give us, and it's hard. Like, a lot of people are hitting the wall.
Yeah.
I know, like, child abuse has gone up, domestic violence has gone up, suicide rates are going up. Like, it's getting hard for just people who aren't even addicts. So, the fact that we have this added, it's okay to not be okay. And I think it's okay for people to maybe recognize that and start talking about how this is affecting our mental health as well.
Yeah. Your hair looks so fucking good.
Dude,
it's so long. I love it. I love the extensions. I need hair like that.
I used to have hair like that, and I had to cut it off. So
I love it. I need to I've never done anything like that. So I need to get hair like that too.
I'm gonna do a video review on, like, I got some like really expensive ones, and then I got some from Amazon. So I'm gonna do a review on them.
Well, you look hot, girl. Y'all go subscribe to Laura's channel. She does makeup and beauty, and she's in recovery too. So you'll really like her channel.
Sometimes I'll sit down and be like, oh, hey, this is like what happened when I got arrested 3 times, or this is what happened when my kid got taken away. So yeah, sometimes I tell story times too. It's been a while. I think we need one of those though.
Yes, drop a story time, girl.
All right. Well, y'all take care.
All right. Love you, girl. Talk to you later.
Love you.
Bye. Okie dokie, guys. All right. Okay. So, you guys, I love that you guys are coming up and sharing. So, just for everybody that maybe is just entering the chat, I read the Just for Today meditation, and the Just for Today meditation was about prioritizing your recovery. So, what do you do to make sure that you keep your recovery as your number one priority? Okay. For me, like I was telling you guys earlier, I have to make sure that I put my recovery first, because I have tried to not do that and I end up relapsing. So, do any of you guys have any experience with not putting your recovery first and relapsing? Have any of you guys, fell back because you were, hey, green-eyed cat, did you become a member? Awesome. Thank you. So that's what we're talking about, Matthew. I saw you over there. Let me go ahead. Do you want me to read to you what I read, Matthew? So that way you can get on board with us. Okay, hold on. Let me get it for you. Just for today, for 17. All right. Okay. Okay. This is what we read, Matt, so that way you'll get on board. I initially felt that it would be impossible to attend more meetings than 1 or 2. It just wouldn't fit into my busy schedule. And then it says, some of us attended meetings infrequently when we first came to the program. Then we wondered why we couldn't stay clean. What we soon learned was that if we wanted to stay clean, we had to make meeting attendance our priority. So we started again. Following our sponsor's suggestions, we made a commitment to attend 90 meetings in 90 days. So how many of you guys have done 90 meetings in 90 days? I have to tell y'all, when I first got sober, I had a sponsor that would crack that whip. She didn't mess around. And one of the requirements was that I had to attend 90 meetings in 90 days. And I did it. I did that shit. It's the first time I've ever done it, but I did that. Not during the pandemic, but you know what? These online meetings and these Zoom meetings, you guys, you can still, Deidre, love you, girl. You can still attend meetings, you guys, online. We are having the meetings here every single night. Merck has started doing Zoom meetings over in our Discord. Okay. There are other channels that are doing meetings. Yeah, online meetings count. Absolutely, you guys. Absolutely. You're taking time out of your day to focus on recovery right now. That's a big deal, especially for us drug addicts. Recovery, who? We're taking time to make sure that we get our recovery content in for the day. Okay. Today, we attend the meetings for a variety of reasons, and I wanted to talk about these reasons. Listen to this. Sometimes we go to meetings to share our experience, strength, and hope. Sometimes we go to see our friends, and sometimes we go just because we need a hug. Occasionally, we leave a meeting and realize that we haven't really heard a word that's been said, but we still feel better. So, every time I come onto this channel to do one of these meetings, there's some days when I get up and I'm like, man, I'm tired. I just don't want to do anything, right? And I'll sit there on my bed and I'll think about how can I get out of it? How can I get out of doing the Real Talk Recovery meeting today? But I'll push myself. I'll come on and I'll do it. And guess what? I am always, always grateful that I did it, you guys, because it helps me stay sober. And I always feel 100% better after I do these meetings. You guys have changed my life and y'all help me stay sober every single day. So thank you. Okay. I wanted to link the join thingy for you because I know some of y'all, there it is, were asking how to become a member. So I was going to link it for you. Oh, all right. Hey, we know all about Kensington. We've heard of that for sure. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you for being able to go in there. But listen, be careful. Don't tempt fate. Okay. Let's be careful. Let's use our brains. Okay. And don't put yourselves in compromising situations, you guys. If you don't have to go somewhere, don't go there. Okay. If you can go around that area, go around that area, because I don't want anything bad to happen to you. Okay. So does anybody else want to come up and share? I'll throw the link in the chat one more time. If not, I'm just going to tell y'all a couple stories, okay? So let me see. Bam. Okay, there's the link one more time. So speaking of making our recovery a priority, I'm going to tell you guys a couple stories of how I was before I got sober. And I'm going to tell you guys some stories about when I tried to get sober and why I think I failed. Okay? And it's all going to relate to the priority, the recovery being a priority. Okay? And this is why I think it's so important, you guys, to prioritize your recovery. Make sure that it's the number one thing that you're focusing on, because without recovery, we will lose everything that matters to us. Without me focusing on what I do with you guys, what happens is my mind forgets, okay? There's something that the brain does, and it's called euphoric recall, okay? Write this shit down. Euphoric recall. Euphoric recall is when your mind automatically goes back to the good times, the good feelings, and the good experiences that you had while you were using drugs and alcohol, okay? Your brain does not automatically go to the times that you overdosed or stole from your family or crashed your car or lost a friend. Your mind goes to the times that it felt good. So when we get sober, you guys, we have to practice. We have to practice bringing into the front of our minds what it was like in our past. Okay? A lot of times I'll hear people say, well, I don't want to think about my addiction. Like, I'm more than my addiction. I'm not an addict. I'm not an addict anymore, or I'm more than my addiction, or I don't want to focus on that because I'm past that stage in my life. Okay? Your addiction and recovery is not a stage that you get past. Okay? You will always be an addict, either an addict in recovery or an active addict. And so to act like you can just push away or block out a part of your life that happened, it's ignorant and it's dangerous. Okay? Please, you guys, listen to me. I'm not telling you that you have to relive every horrible memory and sit there and on it. But what I am telling you is that your past is your greatest asset, and it's going to help you stay sober. So you need to reflect. And also, reflecting on the past, when we are in our active addiction, we're selfish, self-seeking, and all we care about is ourselves. Me, me, me. So it's time for us to take a look at those behaviors and take accountability. Nicole, you have helped me so much. I don't know where I'd be if Dr. B didn't give me your info. Love you, Misty. You know it, girl. Hey, Lakeisha. All right, let's keep going. Hey, Bethany, love you, girl. I'm telling you guys right now, do not let your addict brain trick you into thinking that you can just forget about it all. It never happened. I never shot dope in my arms. What are you talking about? Listen to me. That's the most ignorant shit I've ever heard. Do you know what that is? That's denial. That is denial, okay? Denial. Don't even know I am lying, okay? I don't want you to sit there and beat yourself over the head and say, I'm a piece of shit. I'm never going to amount to anything. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is the way we get sober and the way we stay sober is by remembering where we came from. We do not regret the past, nor do we wish to shut the door on it. Did you hear me? Can I say it again? We do not regret the past, nor do we wish to shut the door on it. I got my past front and center right here standing beside me. You know why? Because my past made me who I am today. And I use my past to help others. And you can do the same thing. That's how you're going to stay sober, by giving back and helping others, and by remembering where you came from. Never forget. Never forget. What are you doing, son? Okay. Sorry. I just had to say that, you guys, because, okay, I'm going to be straight up with y'all. I've had several people that have came into my life who they came in and they were on their recovery. Dwight says, every time you think about going back out, simply play the tape through. You already know how it ends. Remember, you've been there and done that. God's grace gave us recovery. That's right, Dwight.
Mom,
Play the tape all the way through. Good job. What,
can
baby?
you give me some chocolate milk?
Have your daddy come down and get it, okay?
Dad's sleeping.
Well, you're gonna have to wait. I'll get it in a second.
Please.
And it made us much stronger. Yes. So let me talk to you guys about something. I have had many people come into my life that have been my friends. And those people started out on track, on fire for their sobriety, okay? And then the longer that they stayed sober and the more time they got under their belt, the more complacent they became. Hold on, Nate. Sit. No. You're going to bust that whole thing of milk open.
No, I'm not.
You don't do that. When I tell you something, you don't do it, son. Do you understand me? Do you understand?
Care who?
You understand.
Care who?
Nathaniel, you're going to get a whooping.
I'm saying it backwards.
Here. Get your little butt on upstairs.
Poopy head.
Poopy head.
Do the rins in head.
Sorry about that.
Do the rins in
Okay.
head.
All right. What I was trying to say was, many times I've had friends come into my life, okay? And they started out on track with their recovery. They started out like strong and focused. And then as we moved forward in our friendship and as I moved forward in my recovery with you guys, they changed and they started saying things like, well, that Nicole, all she does is talk about being on maintenance medication in recovery. I mean, is that like all that she can do? That's just so lame. Why would you talk about recovery all the time? Okay, this is what people say. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, you know why I talk about recovery all the time? Because if I don't, I'll die. Okay? Do you know why I focus on helping people that are on maintenance medication? Because people need that. There needs support for addicts and alcoholics who are utilizing maintenance medication. We have to start. Shh. I have to start focusing on helping others. And that's how I stay sober. That's what saves my life. Okay? Is it really breaking up bad? So this has happened to me with several people on YouTube who I really thought were people that were my friends, you guys. And so I do this because it saves my life. Okay, I don't know what kind of drug addict you were, but I know for me, I will die if I pick up again. And I know for me that the way I stay sober is by giving back. And so I want to encourage you guys, if somebody's telling you, come on, Rob, come on, Sky, come on, Sam, come on, Brandon, you don't have to worry about your recovery all the time. You don't have to worry about, going to meetings or doing any step work or being a part of a program. Come on, just leave that life behind. I mean, you're not an addict anymore. You've changed. You better run as fast as you can. Okay? Run. because those people who are trying to have you forget are your enemies. All right. I have a built-in forgetter. Okay. It's right up here in the front of my mind. And all those years that I have relapsed, it was because of that forgetter upstairs. It was because of me thinking that I could miraculously change and not be a drug addict anymore. Okay? That's crazy. So I'm a recovering addict. There is no finish line in recovery. Now, I also want to read a comment I left on somebody's channel. I'm not going to say who it was, but I'm going to read the comment because it was a video about, are you really clean if you're on Suboxone? And so you guys know me. Here's the comment I left. There is a difference between addiction and dependence. It really shouldn't matter to you or anyone what someone else's recovery looks like. The second you or I start judging someone else's journey is the second we are not focusing on our own. I would say it doesn't matter. Clean, sober, recovered, recovering. Who cares? What matters is quality of life and family. Having our children back and being with our loved ones. This is why I started my channel, because of people judging addicts that are on maintenance. I have worked so hard to help eliminate the stigma surrounding Matt. I would appreciate it if all other addicts would get on board. And then, of course, I said, check out Dr. B's channel. He'll teach you a thing or two. Okay. And then this is the response I got. Well, on my channel, I'm geared towards people trying to make a final step in their recovery. I'm not here to make people comfortable with taking Suboxone and methadone their whole lives. I want to show them that they absolutely can beat this crap full on. So let me pause right there. There is no final step in your recovery, guys. This is something that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. Okay, so if you need to be on Suboxone or methadone for 75 years, then you do what you have to do to stay sober. Okay? You do not let anybody affect you with their judgment or their ridicule. Okay? We addicts are supposed to stick together and support each other no matter what. We do not need judgment between us because I recovered a different way than you do. It makes absolutely no sense. It would be like somebody in AA telling somebody in NA that they're not sober because they use NA instead of AA. So right there, we're dividing the community. We are one. We are supposed to support each other. We are supposed to be together on this. It shouldn't matter if I'm utilizing maintenance and you're not. Does that make your sobriety better than mine because I'm on Suboxone and you're not? And then he says, I'm seriously trying to help people get clean. I'm sorry if I offended you. Ultimately, it's not what either of us say. It's the person's conscious. They know if they're sticking to the program. God bless. Okay, which I understand that he might have a different opinion. But the thing about it is, when you make a video about is Suboxone really clean and you're off Suboxone for years. And now they have been able to taper off of it successfully. Okay. This is the thing though. How are you going to turn on people that you used to be like? You were on Suboxone for years. So instead of judging and telling people whether or not they're clean and sober or not, why don't you just support them no matter how long it takes them to be on Suboxone? It shouldn't matter. Okay. This was my response. This is important for me to read this to you guys because these are things that I see people saying all the time. No, I'm not offended. I have just learned that words can hurt and be dangerous. I have had people come to me who were very hurt, and some who have even relapsed and died after someone who was not a doctor told them that they were not clean or in recovery because they were utilizing maintenance medication. The point of the recovery community is to bring addicts together in unity. Addicts need each other's support no matter where they are in their recovery. The need to separate oneself from another is to feel superior. Being on or off of Suboxone does not make you or me any more recovered than the next. Recovery comes from within. Addiction has everything to do with behaviors and really nothing to do with the medication a person is on. I know some alcoholics that have been sober 25 years, but they have debilitating anxiety, so they are prescribed a benzo. No one questions whether or not they're clean or sober. So why do we feel the need to judge others on maintenance? I mean, when you think about it, is there a reason why you want to separate yourself from others who do utilize maintenance? Is there a need to feel above or better than? I just think it is important to remember that a lot of people watch our videos. I have learned over the past 2 years that I would rather support someone than to alienate them. So that was my response. And that's still what I believe, you guys. I believe that it's better to support people and to let them know that they're not alone than to alienate them and distance ourselves from them because we're not doing the same thing they are. Right. Every addict is different. Even if the DOC is the same, we recover together. However, I believe that our recovery is just that, our recovery. Principles over personalities, indeed. Dwight, you are the man. I love you, man. You got some, Dwight, you are a perfect example of the way the program is supposed to be worked. Thank you for being a beacon of hope and light, because that is exactly the way we are supposed to treat each other. Non-judgment, open arms, loving, tolerant, okay? There's no reason why any of us should be saying, well, I'm abstinent and you're on Suboxone, so I'm not going to support that, okay? I'm telling you guys, like, the need to separate ourselves from other addicts is just that. It's another way to feel superior, okay? It is ego, and ego is deadly to an addict or an alcoholic. So when we get stuck in that mindset that we've somehow got it figured out, we've somehow got a better way of recovering, we are sick. We are in our ego. So that's why it's so important for us to remember that I could relapse and die tomorrow. I could lose all of myself tomorrow. Today, I could walk out that door right now and go pick up. Anybody can. Just because I'm on a maintenance medication doesn't mean it's stopping me from getting high. Today, I choose life. Today, I choose recovery. You know, what are you going to choose today? Are you going to choose to stay sober? Or are you going to choose to get out and go get high? Are you going to choose to sit at home and watch movies? Or are you going to choose to get up and come join us for a recovery support group meeting? Hey, San Diego, are you going to get in where you fit in and share your experience, strength, and hope? Or are you going to sit there? You know, this is how we stay sober, is by working together and utilizing the support, right? Together, you guys, together. Okay, let's do a couple more things and then I'll let y'all go. Are y'all having a good night? Are you bored? Tell me, I want to hear from you. Hold on. I'm really proud of you, Nunalau. I'm really proud of you. I can't wait till you go to rehab, and I can't wait to hear about how it goes, because I know it's going to be great. And I'm so proud of you, man. I'm really, really proud of you. Y'all, Thanks, Melissa. You guys, guess what? Burke. We hit 4K, guys. We hit 4K. Do you guys know how long I have been waiting for that to go and hit? All right. Hey, is my connection going really bad, you guys? Because if it is, I'll go on my phone instead of on here. Is it okay? Are y'all able to understand me? Good. Okay, I'm fixing to do a 4K celebration. Congratulations. It's getting weird. Yes. What do you mean, Burke? What do you mean? Oh, my nose is itching. Sorry. God. And no, I'm not on anything. It's like the allergy itches. Sorry, guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to everybody that's here. Y'all have no idea how much it means to me for that you guys are here to support me. Everybody that's joined as a member, everybody that's on my, just subscribe to my channel, you guys have changed my life. I don't think you can even understand how much y'all have changed my life. Thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for supporting me. Like, you guys have changed my life forever, forever. Now, since we just hit that milestone, first and foremost, I want to tell you guys what we're going to be doing Saturday, okay? Hey, Bailey. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back, girl. So, you guys, as a celebration and a way for me to give back, this is what we're going to be doing, okay? So, Saturday night, not tomorrow, next week, Saturday, we are going to have a patron/members only trivia game. And it is going to be everything recovery. Throughout the week, Monday through Friday, I am going to do our recovery support group meetings at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All the things that we talk about in those meetings will be asked as questions on the trivia game. And are you ready for this, guys? There will be 2 winners. Each winner will win $50. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Patrons and members only trivia on Saturday, next Saturday, with a chance to win $50. Okay? Now, Nicole, that's not fair. I'm not a member. I'm not a patron. It's okay. Join. If you want to join. My lowest tier on my memberships is $1.99, and my lowest tier on my patron is $2. So, join. None allowed. Okay. Thanks, man, for the $2.99. That's what's up. Shout out to you, baby. Thank you. So, all you got to do, you guys, is join my Patreon or join the membership. Okay. Now, for those of you guys that's just not something you can do, don't feel bad. Here's my Patreon link for any of you guys that want to join. Hold on. Bam. There you go. Don't feel bad and do not feel pressured. Okay. All right. There's going to be a giveaway for my subscribers. Okay. Just my subscribers only. So for those of you guys that cannot join as a member or a patron, we are going to do a giveaway, and it will be on my Instagram. Okay. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you need to go follow me at Real Talk Recovery. the same way that it is here on the channel. And what we will do is I will do I don't know if I'm going to do a gift card. Okay. Hold on, guys. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to do a gift card. Aw, thanks, Melissa. Love you, girl. Thank you so much. I don't know if okay, love you, Brandon. I will post on the community tab about our trivia on Saturday, okay, next Saturday. But I want you guys that are members and patrons to all come, because Misty, are you still in the chat? Today we did a patron only trivia game. Holy shit. Damn, Merc. Oh my God, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, all of you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I said, holy shits. None allow, you started a whole trend. Okay, Misty's still here. You guys, Misty won our Patreon trivia and she got $30. Tell them, Misty, I sent it right to her on her PayPal. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. So I'm not just doing this because I'm like trying to get you to give me. Yeah, I'm doing this because like I really will. I'm going to give you guys, I want to give back to you guys. For, by supporting me, by joining my Patreon, by joining my membership group, you're helping my family. Okay. I'm going to be straight up with y'all. Straight up. You guys are helping my family. Okay. I, especially during this time right now, holy shit, wait till I get unemployment. Matt, love you, baby. Thank you so much for supporting me no matter what. You guys always have supported me. And for those of you guys that have been here with me since the beginning, thank you for being here with me. You guys have helped me so much. But I want to give back. And for those of you guys that are members and patrons, I thought that would be really cool. I'm not rich, but I can do $100 and give back to my subscribers. And so that's what we're going to do. And it is really fucking fun. We had a blast today. And you guys, you should have seen everybody, how competitive everybody was getting. They were all getting mad. Hey, Esther. I like that, Paula. Sorry, I'm drinking out of the bottle. So, excuse me. I want to have fun. I want to give back. And when you guys join that, then I get to know you better. We get to know each other one-on-one. And I love that. Hey, Nathan. Really? Nathan says, I kicked HS yesterday and went on Suboxone. Thank you so much for inspiring me. Anytime, Nate. I'm so proud of you, man. How are you feeling? Are you feeling better? All right. Good night, none allowed. We love you. How is my family doing? Okay, let me see. I'm trying to read. I thought I saw somebody comment. Hold on. My computer is so glitchy. God, I got to get a new one. My family's doing good. Thank you so much for asking. Let me tell you how we're holding up, okay? So my little boy is not in school anymore because the school's shut down here. I'm sure they're shut down everywhere you guys are at too. So the school shut down and Captain, thank you, girl. We just hit 4K. So it's a little hard, you guys, and I have been a little stressed. Nate, I'm really is it okay if we call you Nate? Because that's my little boy's name. I am. Y'all are throwing the money at me now. never happened to me, you guys. Like seriously, uh, I see all these really big channels and they get like all this money, and I'm like, wow. So thank you so much, y'all. Thank you guys. You don't have to do that anymore. Thank you. Um, but I've been a little bit extra stressed out, and it's because me and my little boy are locked at the house. But I'm really, really trying, you guys, to stay positive. Like I've been telling you guys, I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm not trying to the I'm not trying to get overwhelmed, because I know that everything's going to be okay as long as I stay sober. So, for those of you guys that are at the house and you're struggling and you're starting to feel overwhelmed, listen, everything's going to be okay. As long as you stay sober, life is going to you're going to make it. Do you understand what I'm saying? A lot of the times my first reaction is, you know, aw, thank you, Kenneth. I love you too, baby. Thank you so much. Love you, Kenneth. My first reaction a lot of the times, you guys, is to, when I'm having a hard time, especially when I first got sober, would be to get high, or to go out and get some drugs. And so over the years, I've been trying to train my brain to not think like that, to not think about, hey, I need to change the way I feel. From now on, I want to live. I want to feel my feelings, and I want to make it through this time and remember it, because this is a time where nothing like this will probably ever happen again. And this is going to be something that we all remember for the rest of our lives, this pandemic and going through this. And just like Laura was saying, she's so right. We are in this together, you guys. We are in this together. I, oh, I love hearing from you guys. Sorry, I just got a text from a lady do you guys remember the lady that came into the chat last week, and she was struggling because her doctor was trying to get her to change to Suboxone, and she was a pain patient? She just texted me. So shout out to Bernadette if you're watching. You keep us positive, Nicole. I love your voice all through the house when I'm cooking. Oh. You know what, Esther? I can just see you cooking up some good food and me in the background going, you got to do this. You got to stay sober. You got to do this. You guys helped me. And 2 years ago, when I started my channel, I never thought it would be anything like this. I never thought we would get to this point, you guys, where it's like we have this family. We have a family. You guys are everything to me. And I never want to stop helping you guys, ever. Hey, Gutter Butter, what's up, bub? I never want to stop doing this. So we're kind of just hanging out now, you guys. Is there anything that any of you guys are struggling with that you want to talk about? I would love to hear from you guys. I'm going to give you guys the floor, and you tell me, what do you want to talk about? In fact, I'm going to put the link if anybody wants to come up and share. Do you really, Captain? I love you, girl. Love you too, Cindy. Don't get jealous. Cindy's my pit bull, y'all. Did you guys know that? Let me tell you guys about what I have gotten from my YouTube channel that's been positive. I have gained so many friends that I'll have for the rest of my life. And I would have never been able to meet any of you guys if it wasn't for this channel. When I first got sober, I didn't think that I was going to ever be able to have friends because all the friends that I had were people that I got high with. And so I was just like, this is it. I can't have friends. I have to cut myself off, right? And now I have all of you.
Hello.
Uh,
Hey, you.
go ahead.
Let me see.
Can you hear me? Uh-oh, she left me. Now I have all of you guys, and it's like a miracle. Like every day that I wake up, I think about how we've built a family here. And you guys are like my brothers and sisters. And so I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude to have each and every one of you. And there's days I wake up and I think about you guys. Hey, Angie, what's up, girl? Hey, girl.
Hey, I'm back.
Okay, what are you doing, sis?
I'm just sitting here on the couch, having sleeping. I just wanted to say, like, I made so many friends, and like friends that I probably will never, never lose because of your channel, and I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you, Mama. You're what. Let me tell y'all something. Mama has came to the channel and she's really stepped up and helped me with so much. She helps me keep all my ducks in a row. She helps with my Patreon and she's just been so supportive. So I love you too, girl, and I'm glad to be here for you. I'm glad to be of service to you, and I'm glad to help you to have, meet all these different new people. And I want this to continue happening. I want people to be able to come here and find fellowship with each other. That's why I started this, is so we could have a community,
Yeah, I agree.
And it doesn't matter in this community if you're an addict, an alcoholic, or just a regular person. This community is for anyone that wants to better their life. It doesn't matter if they're on drugs or not, or just regular people who don't have an addiction to drugs, but maybe they have addiction to gambling or sex or money, right? Everybody's welcome here. This is a group, it's an all-inclusive recovery support group.
Yeah. And like I've gotten a lot of support in the last like 2 weeks, a week, not even, I think it's been a week, yeah. Just say in the last week or two, like a lot of like support, and like everyone's like, I love you, Melissa, you're not going anywhere, and I really appreciate it, and it makes me feel like I belong and I don't want to go anywhere else.
That's good. You do belong here, girl. You're part of the family now.
Yeah. I'm not going anywhere.
You are part of the family. So I love you, girl. I'm really proud of you. And even though you're not an addict, we're working on things that are going to better you and better your life. Like we were talking about the other day. Just so everybody knows, Melissa has a problem with being on her phone too much. And so we've been talking about it and trying to help get her a schedule to where she doesn't, because I do the same thing. I'm guilty. And so one of the things that we're working on is being present with our families. And so I'm working on the same thing, girl. In fact, my mother-in-law had said something to me about it, like, you never get off your phone. And then I felt so guilty. And I was like, you know what? She's right. I got to do something. I got to make a change. And so we're all in this together, and you're just as much a part of the family than anybody is, and I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Good girl. All right. Well, I love you. Want me to let you go?
Yeah. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Be good.
All right,
All right,
love ya.
love you. Bye. Bye, baby. All right. That was Miss Melissa. We call her Mama because she's the mama of the group. And like I said, you guys, everybody's welcome here. Anybody, okay? Don't ever feel like you can't come and be a part of our channel and hang out with us, okay? Oh. So her opiate fix recommended my channel. I love her opiate fix. He is such a good friend of mine, and he has always been so supportive. Hey, Nick. He has been such a good friend to me, you guys. And same with Nick. Nick, her opiate fix. Who else has a channel? Michelle, my friend. You know what? I need to get Captain Cindy. Sure. Come on, Captain. Captain, come up here and share with us. First of all, I want you to share how you make sure that you keep your recovery a priority. And then next, I want you to share about how amazing you think I am. Just playing, you guys. Don't kick my butt, y'all. Here she comes, guys. Here comes the one and only Captain.
007,
okay,
bitch. I love you, Cindy, for giving me that name. I think that's like the coolest
there you go.
nickname ever. Can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Yes.
Okay. I was complimenting Cindy for giving me that name. I think that that's such a compliment.
What name did she give you?
007.
Oh, yes. She's our detective.
That shit. Hell yeah, I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ain't getting nothing over on me. Anyway. Let's talk about what you want me to talk about my recovery.
Tell me about how you keep your recovery a priority. What do you do?
I keep my recovery in check in the way of, okay, let me just share this before I say something though. Before I was in recovery, I had a lot of thoughts about recovery, you know, like for one thing, like I share in the chat all the time, like I thought people in recovery were just lying to themselves. Like I thought that when they said there's happiness, there's life after active addiction, I thought they were lying. I thought like, you know, oh, they have to be sober for some reason, like whether it be probation or CPS, and they're just lying to themselves. Their lives must be horrible and boring and painful.
Right.
And I really truly thought that. And along with, I always said, like, how is recovery going to be first priority over kids? That's just ridiculous. I mean, like, listen to the logic there. I mean, it's really sad, but it absolutely has to be first priority. I don't get very many triggers in these days, but in the first 2 years, like, when I just have to keep myself in check, and Nicole's channel has been a huge help for me, because I always felt like I kind of didn't fit in going to meetings in the public, you know, and like I struggled with that. During my DCFS case, I had, you know, done the program out and everything, and I had made friends and stuff, but I prefer this setting right here. I really do. And but keeping myself in check, like, I don't know, even like with little things that, you know, aren't drugs, obviously, like my phone or with food, like I can get very excessive at anything that I do.
Same.
Oh, it's so bad. But it just has to come first priority. It has to be checked first and foremost, because without recovery, I'm absolutely nothing. I no longer struggle with a lot of guilt like I used to. I still do sometimes when it comes to like things that I maybe didn't do when I was parenting or whatever, but
same, me too.
I don't know. I just work on that a lot. That was like a big thing for me, was the guilt, and parenting with guilt. That was a big thing.
Right. But, you know what? I am the same way, and I still struggle with that kind of guilt, parenting out of guilt also. And then I feel bad, like when I have to like discipline him, because then I beat myself up about all the past stuff, you know. But we're great parents now because we're sober and we are present in our child's lives, you know.
Exactly. And you know what? It's crazy because like I'll still like
I remember in recovery they knew about the honeymoon, like about how in the beginning, you know, it might be really nice, and there'll be a point where you get through your detox and you're starting to get in the groove of going to meetings and you're starting to make friends, and you might start slacking because of the honeymoon or whatever, like, you know, the newness of it, you know.
Right.
And
Hmm.
I remember my therapist used to warn me about that all the time, but I mean, obviously, like, I'm not walking on a pink cloud all the time, but I still, to this day, I'm almost 4 years sober. In August, I'll be 4 years. And I still, to this day, do a few things. It's really weird. Like, I am, like, super grateful to be present with my kid. And I think that had
Right.
to be, like, you know, had to do a lot with CPS and almost losing my son, even though I did everything mandated. They were going to send my daughter home, but not my son. And I'll tell that story another time. But, and also my money. When I have money, I still account in my head what I would have spent it on till this day. I'll still do that. I'll still be like, okay, that 80 would have went to the methadone, and then that 20 would have went to cigarettes and ramen so we could eat. And that's, like, you know what I mean? And then 99-cent, like 2-liter a pop from 99-cent store. And I'll still account the money for like that. And I love going to the store and not having to keep the receipt, because I used to go shopping. I love shopping. And I would, for one thing, totally like freak out on what I'm putting in my cart and what I'm going to spend this precious money on when I was in active
Right.
addiction. Because, you know, Lord knows I'm going to return it anyway. I don't know why I would do that, but I return
I did the same
everything.
thing. Me and Neil, before I met Neil, I would go through like the Walmart parking lot and I would find receipts and I would go inside and find whatever it was on that receipt and return it.
Hell yeah.
Did y'all ever do that?
Of course.
Yeah.
And then, like,
great
I had
idea,
some
huh?
homies that would get, like, they somehow, like, would get these gift cards, and there would be, like, charges on them, and then they go return them. It was something complicated. I went on that venture a couple times. That was complicated, though. I also had a homegirl that used to print out receipts. She'd make her own receipts, dude.
Look
Like,
at this bullshit.
they looked real. What's wrong?
How does YouTube do this? Like, why would they
What?
do that?
Do what? I can't see. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the chat.
I had literally just hit 4K and now it's saying I only have 3.99.
Well, it'll do that because, like, I think when you hit a marker, that's why, like, when I got the 2K, I didn't announce it till I was at, like,
Yeah.
2010 or something like that, because it'll always shift back and forth by a couple. I don't know if that's because of bot accounts or, you know, like dead accounts that are there that they might be sweeping away, or a troll that hates you might unsubscribe just to make you go back under 4K.
Yeah.
You're at 4K, girl. Fuck them. Who cares? You know, even if
Hey,
you drop
Knight
10
Rider.
tonight, you at 4K.
Knight Rider says, Big Sid needs you and misses you. Knight Rider, tell Big Sid that I am seriously considering getting back together with him, and he needs to shout me out in his next video, and I will. I just did you do? Oh, Aaron says I did that at Walmart all the time. Also did lots of tag switching. Got a lot that way. Same, Aaron. Same. Yes, Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Please tell him I said that I love him and I miss him a lot. So, Captain.
Yep.
What has been going on in these YouTube streets?
What do you want to know?
I don't know.
Anything.
Anything good going on?
What?
Anything good going on?
Oh, when the drama community, the same old. You know, there was a bunch of streams tonight, and I just kind of got fed up with them and came over here. There was supposed to be some big stuff going down or whatever, but it didn't. And, you know, that one creator is pretty, like, heavy in active addiction right now, and it's kind of hard to watch. So,
Matthew became a member, you guys. Welcome. Thank you, Matt. Can y'all hear that guy talking?
What is that?
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
It's my computer talking to me. Matthew became a member, so shout out to you, Matthew. All right. Hell yeah. Thanks, man. So for
That's
those of you
awesome
guys that are like just joining the membership, just so you know, the way I can communicate with you guys is I can post on my community tab for members only to see it. And we also have a members only Discord chat. So if you want to come in and chat with us on Discord, let me know and I'll add you to that chat. In fact, I need to make a Hangouts members only Discord. Hold on, or Hangouts members only chat. So let me do that real fast too. New conversation. We're going to call it members only. Okay.
Like those jackets in the 80s. Yeah.
Yes, girl. Members only. That's what we're going to call it. I was actually, I actually reached out to somebody about making some merch, you guys. Would anybody buy that if I did that?
Oh, hell yeah, I would.
I'm just, I think, is that a good idea? But this person is a tattoo artist. Okay. And so, like, I think he could really make some cool stuff. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit him up and I'm going to like just let him design the stuff. I'm going to put the link to our chat for members only in the community tab. For those of you guys that have just become members, go check my community tab because I'm dropping the link for our chat. Okay. All right. I just did a members only post for our new chat group. So, and it'll be on Hangouts.
Do you have any ideas? Do you have any ideas like for guidelines for him? Like, are you going to put your face on your thing or just like maybe one of your little sayings or?
Well, I don't think I'm going to put my face on the shirts, but I do know that I want to do like, I want to have shirts that maybe say like Real Talk Recovery, like right here on the left-hand side, but just smaller, and, but I want to have shirts that say stuff like, I do want to make a snitching on your addiction shirt. I want to make, I know, I want to make, just like some coffee mugs and maybe like some hot pocket thingies for, the back of your phones, like just, Real Talk Recovery. I don't know. I just want to do something that will be fun and that people will like. I don't want to put my face on the shirts. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't wear people's faces on my shirt. Like, I wouldn't buy a YouTuber's face and wear it on my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess that's not my thing, but I would like something that's more like a band tee. So let's say that we can get like Real Talk Recovery in like this kind of font. Okay. And
yeah,
in fact, I want to create a logo. And I want it to be a Real Talk Recovery logo. And I want it to be cool, something that people look and they'll say, damn, that's tight, so that way you can wear it on a shirt and it looks cool.
You should probably get trademark too, because I feel like now that you're at 4K and I don't know, you're getting more attention. I feel like you should probably I think it's like $75 or something to trademark something like simple like that. I remember when
trademark Real Talk Recovery?
It was like $75. Yeah. Or to trademark your like an actual logo, I think you have to do separate from your domain name.
Okay.
I'm not sure though, but you should do some simple ones that are just RTR. Like I don't know. I could sprout off ideas all day because that's just me, but like because I talk too much, dude.
And I was also like, I want any suggestions that anybody has. I would love you guys to help me with it. And then we could make, I just want to do, I really like the idea of having like a t-shirts and hoodies and then having, like I was saying, like the mugs. Now, if I made a mug, I put my face on that. I put my face on that with my glasses looking at you going, snitching on your addiction.
See, and I think that you know what, like I'm gonna use a creator as an example right now. It's like I have never bought a creator's merch before, ever. Okay.
Right.
And I would like to buy some of yours because I want to support you and stuff. But like I was looking at a creator that I've kind of recently had it out with, not really, but K-Frog. I mean, we weren't friends or anything, but he, you know, wasn't very happy with my videos, whatever, right? Okay. But I was
Right.
looking at his merch. His merch, no matter how successful his channel is or not, if he's getting backlash or whatever, his merch seems to do really well. And he
Really?
has really cool looking merch. And I even thought about like that frog looks really cool. Like I would wear that shirt. And it seems like it, you know, like he's been, I guess he's been having the merch before the YouTube channel even though. And it's just, I think it has a lot to do with what design you pick though. You know, and I think that doing a band tee is a good idea. I think that's a really good idea. Snitching on
like
your
something
addiction is
cool,
catchy
like-
too. That's cool. Because like he has all kinds
I
of
know,
cool
right?
little sayings on his too. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Daniel, what do you mean? No, I mean, shut up thing. I don't think you're not supporting. And I mean, I don't think I said that, did I? I mean, you're supporting the channel. We're doing it. You don't have to become a member if you don't want to. It's just a new option that we have now that my channel hit a certain amount of subscribers. They're allowing me to have that little button. And I don't know if you guys know this, but for a long time, I had my channel and, you know, I didn't have any way to make any kind of money off my channel. And so getting that join button has been a really awesome thing because it's able to help my family by, you know, that $1.99 that if you join at the $1.99 or the $4.99 or the $9.99, it helps my family. It goes to me into my bank account. And so it's a huge deal for me. So it means it means a lot to me. That's what it helps me out. So no, if you can't join, I totally understand, and I don't want you guys to ever feel pressured to do that. It just helps me out, and so I really appreciate it. Now, watching my videos, clicking the like button and leaving a comment also helps support my channel. So
hell yeah.
Just by being here and, you know, liking and subscribing and leaving a comment, that all is very supportive. And so I appreciate all of it, you guys. And that is why we are doing a giveaway for the subscribers and a competition to win $50 for 2 people for patrons and members. So not only am I doing the giveaway for just for my subscribers, but we're also going to do a competition. So that's why, you know, if you do join under the member or the patron, then you have a chance to win a $50 Visa gift card. Hey, 2 people have a chance to win that money. So we're going to do a competition. It's going to be a recovery related trivia next Saturday, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday. And it's going to be all about recovery. And so what I did was I opened up that members thing and said, it doesn't matter what button you join under. If you join under the $1.99 or the $9.99, whatever one you join under, you will have a chance to compete for the $50. So I thought that was cool. So if you can't join though, I totally understand. So don't take it like bad or anything like that. Love you, Hitman. Bye. You know, Daniel, I know that you support my channel, so don't think like that, okay? I hope that you don't think like that. So Lisa says, where the hell is the button? Girl, it's actually right. I don't know why people that have the iPhones cannot see it for some reason. Did you know that? Captain?
I didn't know that.
People that have the
No, I did
iPhone
not know
cannot
that.
see the join button. I'm trying to hold on, guys. I'll try
Cindy
to see if I can
said,
get it.
claps the chat, like put the chat away. and that she'll be able to see it maybe.
Oh, collapse the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, good, Daniel. I just wanted to make sure. You know, I love you so much. I don't want you to ever feel like, I don't know. I just don't want you to think that. Okay. So anyway, also if I also have
You know what
the
sucks? Well,
membership.
real quick.
Huh? Do what?
Oh no, I just wanted to say something really quick. I
Oh, go.
looked into, because I noticed a lot of channels in the last couple days have been getting their members option, the join option.
Uh-huh.
And okay, you had almost 4K, you got it. And then Diane at Diane's channel, I think she has like 6K, and then Randy has like 5K.
Uh-huh.
But I only have 2200, 2300, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm thinking maybe it's because you guys have more than me. Well, Sam Telfer has like 1300 and got one. And I'm like, what? And I looked and I'm not eligible still. So I was like, what the hell? And she
don't
does
know
the same
why.
thing as me.
I don't know why
And
I
her
became
drama she
eligible.
covers is like pretty volatile. Like I tone it down. Like she's pretty crazy too. Like it has nothing to do with the content I'm putting out. Like at first that's what I thought it was, but I don't
Right.
know. It's crazy.
If you're wanting to know where the link is at, you guys, if you go to this video on my channel, hold on, let me show y'all. Because I put it in the description box of this video. Hold on. Oh. Okay. I put it in the description box of the video that's titled, boop, that one right there, channel memberships. That video is where the link is at if you want to join. Okay. Okay. So we've been on here for an hour and almost 2 hours. So I guess we're getting long-winded. I love hanging out with you guys. I mean, I'm so excited. There's 35 people in here still. So I'm just going. We're just kicking it, you know? Right, Captain?
Just chilling. That's right,
So,
girl. I'll be here all night if you let me sit.
Right. I love hanging out with you guys. I love hanging out with you guys. Y'all are my best friends. Like, I'm serious as a heart attack. Y'all are my best friends. My YouTube channel, y'all are my friends. Now, my husband's my best friend, but then Miss Cindy, Captain, Mama, all y'all are y'all are just so, hey, Julie, you're still here? Good. I'm glad you guys are all here. So, Captain, what else you got to add to this conversation, girl? Tell me something good.
Well, let's see. Tell you something good.
When's the last time you got high?
Like, oh God. I was like, what?
The last time you used, what
Well,
happened?
I haven't ever had a relapse. So last time I used, what happened? Well, I guess like the night before I went to rehab, because, and you know what's crazy about that is I think I told you a little bit about this, that, you know, I had my, you know, such and such milligrams for, you know, a couple of days, and then I went and got more. So I had a whole bunch extra. So I just took all of them before I went, which was like, God, 100 and something milligrams. And I was at like a 60 milligram dosage a day. So I took like
Xanax?
110 or 120. Yeah. What?
Oh, methadone. Methadone or Xanax?
Yeah. No, methadone. I was abusing methadone. I was taking methadone pills. I was buying them off some guy.
Okay.
And so yeah, I was taking those, and I had already kind of detoxed off benzos because I was on Xanax for years and years, and I kind of detoxed off that already. I would take them. I took them before I went to rehab. I took some. I bought some Valium, but God, like I was falling asleep all over the fucking place trying to get my bag for rehab together, and oh, my mom was so fucking mad at me. Jesus Christ, she was so fucking mad at me. My husband had already gone off to go to Bimini House, which is a rehab in downtown LA, which he didn't go to for very long, but he stayed sober. He got out, but that is definitely not something I would advise anybody to do. But we have both ended up after detox. We both did outpatient. But anyways, yeah, that's what I did the last time I got high.
So
Good times.
me
Real
too.
good times. And
Jackie
then
said,
Nicole, I got to rehab, and guess what happened? They're like,
what?
you have to be on a 35 milligram dosage or less, or you can't come here. And I had court in a couple days, and I was like, oh no, you can't tell me to leave. You can't. And I started bawling, dude. I was like, you cannot make me leave. And she's like, are you going to be able to handle it? And I literally like slept for the first couple days because of how much I took in the night. And I mean, I can't believe she let me ride through because I was falling asleep through my whole intake. And, but just by the grace of God, she let me stay. But yeah, I didn't start actually feeling the detox till like day 7.
Oh, I had a similar experience with methadone, and you guys know I support all pathways to recovery. It doesn't matter if you utilize methadone or Suboxone, but my experience with methadone was that I would take it and I would take more and more and more and more, and especially in the pill form, I would start out my day with like taking 6 of those 10s at a time. And then I would take 4 more, like 30 to 45 minutes later. And by the time the day was over, I had taken like 15 or 20 methadone 10s. And so one thing that I always did was I would smoke cigarettes while I was high on the methadone, and I would be nodding out.
Oh, that was my favorite thing to do, dude. That was my favorite pastime.
And I would catch
smoking
myself
and
on
nodding
fire. And I would
oh, hell yeah.
wake up and make coffee in the middle of the night, and I would spill the coffee grounds all over the floor. One time, my mother found me, you guys. I was sitting on the edge of my bed. My sister says I looked like the girl from The Ring, and my hair was like this, and I was sitting on the edge of the bed, and my sister pulled my hair back, and she said all she could see was the whites of my eyes because my eyes were rolled back in my head. And it scared her so bad, she thought I was possessed.
Oh my God.
We, in my family, like my parents and me and my sisters, when we get together and we have like, dinner or Thanksgiving or something like that, we will all tell stories from when I was in my addiction, and my sisters will sit there and laugh and tell me all kinds of stuff that I did while I was getting, and I don't remember it, y'all. I do not remember that shit. I mean, a lot of it I do, but most of it I don't, Oh, it's crazy.
I caught so much. I like burned so much of my stuff. I burned so much of my stuff. And like the coffee table I have now is like really dark stained wood, but there's still burns on it from back in the day from me. And I've been thinking about lately, like a couple of things left that I would like to either fix or get rid of or get in line. Like obviously getting my driver's license and getting a car and getting my teeth fixed are 2 big ones out of getting my shit together that need to be done, right? Because I got a bunch of busted ass teeth. Like, so I luckily don't have a huge smile or a huge mouth to where it's real noticeable, but I have my teeth. I'm not missing teeth, but they just don't look pretty, and you know how that goes. So anyways, then there's my coffee table. Like you can't really notice it until you're like, it's like the sun hits it and it's at an angle. You could tell there's cigarette burns on there. And I've been thinking about like getting some dark stain and like resanding it because it's a really, really nice table, like a real heavy, solid, nice table. And I love it. And so anyways, I was thinking of doing that. But yeah, I set my bed on fire the night my dad died. Like I burned my clothes and I burned carpet and I used to read books. I used to take a bunch of methadone and Xanax and read books and like burn my books. Like none of them like went into flames, but there'd be burn holes all through the chapters. And so anyways, I set my bed on fire, like, and I'd never done that before. And like, it was the middle of the night. And luckily I was an addict who didn't clean house very much. And I had a couple cups of like juice and soda on my nightstand. And that's what extinguished the flames because I was falling asleep. It was the middle of the night. It was the night my dad died. So naturally I took like an extra dose, right? Or extra doses. So anyways, I was sitting there and all of a sudden I felt my leg get real hot. And I was like, oh my God, my husband's asleep in the bed and he's not an opiate addict, dude. And he wasn't even in active addiction at this time either. It was right before he went into active addiction though. Like he was starting to get there, right? And anyways, I extinguished the fire with like the little bit of juice and soda on my nightstand and I covered it up. And then when he went to work the next day, because he had to go to work the next day, I flipped the mattress over and it was like a nice Cal King bed too. And like the whole corner was all black. I flipped it over. Well, we ended up moving like 3 months later and I knew that we were going to move. And like I had to explain that later, but I just decided to save it for later and told him later.
So would you say that being sober is a lot better than being in your active addiction?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I was so over being a slave to my addiction. Oh my God. Like I kind of feel like I'm blessed in that way of like, I don't know if it's my age or I don't know if it's all the time I put in, but it was truly getting to the point where there was no bit of enjoyment in it anymore. It that had been gone years ago. And it had just gotten to a place to where I had no drug of choice. I really had no like any like, standards or morals or, like it had just gotten really bad. And I was really like it took a lot of work. It was a lot of work to nurse a drug habit. It's not the easy way out. It's hard. In my opinion, it's hard because like, making sure I'm not going to be sick every morning turned into a huge ordeal at all times. Even when I was prescribed meds legally, I'd go right through them. I'd go through little spurts where I'd be disciplined about it. But those times started to get shorter and fewer and far in between, over a 20-year period. The last 5 years were just the fucking worst. They were horrible. And then I even started doing amphetamines, which I hated amphetamines. I hated them because the FDA crackdowns made it hard for me to get my drugs and I didn't have an H connect at the time. So I said, fuck it. That's when I really start questioning myself. Like, well, what the hell, like, what's your deal? And then, I run out of pills and get drunk and then get drunk in public and embarrass myself in front of my neighbors. I mean, like just living my vida loca at all times. And, in my 30s with kids, I have to admit though, it's not as much of a struggle as I thought it would be. I still fight to be sober, yes, because I keep my recovery in check and first priority, but I can't help but like count my fucking blessings on how lucky I am to have not be dead, for one thing. Number two thing, to have like successfully got my kids back. Number three, like my husband didn't leave me because I was in active addiction longer than him. He put up with a lot of my shit. And
he got sober before you?
No, we got sober at the same time. It's just that he would like drink on the weekends and like he'd done coke before, but he'd never ever had a daily habit of anything until like, I was around him. And that's why my mother-in-law hates me, but he never liked opiates. He never liked pills. Like he would like to indulge like with alcohol or coke or amphetamines or something like that. But then in the last couple years of my active addiction is when he started doing amphetamines every day. And because I started bringing it around and he could tell there was no way I could hide that shit. Like that was just like, that was out of character for me because I was always on the nod, like he's like, why are you so awake? So it was easy to tell. And then both of us in it, there was like no hope, dude. Like there was, it was just got so bad. I'm 41 now. It's like,
it's like we put so much effort into getting high. If we'll just put that same amount of dedication and effort into staying sober, then you are going to be, you'll be successful, and there's no way you'll fail because us addicts and alcoholics, we go hard. So that's the same thing. Like right now, this is how I say it, y'all. I went hard in the paint to get drugs. I would fuck somebody up. I would do anything I had to do to get high. So now that I'm sober, I'm going to do anything I can to stay sober. I'll do a 2-hour live stream on YouTube talking to a bunch of junkies and alcoholics because it helps me stay sober. It's changing my life. And so that same energy that we put into getting high, we got to put that same energy into staying sober. And that is why I get irritated when I hear people say stuff like, oh, well, I'm past that stage in my life, or I'm in a better place now that I'm not, focusing on my. It's like, I'm not trying to make you focus on your addiction and make yourself sad, but I want you to focus on where you came from so you can be successful and not go back there.
And that's a huge thing too, Nicole, is that like, okay, you might be in a place in your life where maybe you don't need to go to meetings every day and you're going to stay successfully clean and sober, but like maintaining your person, places, and things and keeping those fucking dealers' numbers out of your phone, cutting off those certain people, even if you had a really intimate connection to them prior, that was the most crucial thing for my husband and I, because see, he had like had issues with drinking, more like binge drinking and being like an asshole, and I want him to quit.
Yeah.
And having like a daily like habit like I had or whatever, right? And so like we went through phases where he would drink and I would too, because I would always be supportive like with the alcohol, because I always felt like that was one of the hardest things, because that's just down the street from our house. It's socially accepted. I always felt bad for him for favoring alcohol. Like I always thought that was harder, So anyways, I would support him, and we'd still go to our friends' barbecues, like go with all the homies and shit. And he'd drink O'Doul's and I drink O'Doul's, you know what I mean? And it helped for 2 years. He stayed sober, but then we didn't change those person, places, and things, and it went right back. Like the minute we decided we could try one beer, like it happened one night where our friend had bought craft beer and they wanted me to try it. And I'm like, no, I'm supportive of his sobriety. Sorry, And my husband was like, oh, honey, you could try it. It's okay. But I think he kind of low key knew that I would be like, it's okay for you to try too. You know what I mean? Because we would always go tit for tat with each other like that.
Right.
Like he wouldn't care if I got all knotted out as long as he could drink with his buddies for a long time. And then like when he started getting older,
like co-signing it, y'all would co-sign each other's shit.
Co-sign each other's fuck shit. And then when we got into it together in the last couple years is when it spun out of control real bad though. Because there always needed to be one that was kind of more together than the other, you know what I mean, to hold it together.
Right.
And yeah, that's when trucks started getting burned up and shit. If I don't laugh, I'll cry.
Me and Neil were the same way. Like we would try to get sober. We would both say, okay, we're quitting. We're going to get sober, and we would quit cold turkey. And when we were in our active addiction, we were doing meth and we were doing shooting oxys and Xanax. And so we would quit cold turkey, and we would both white knuckle it for like 3 days. We would be trying so hard. We would be miserable.
Yeah.
We would be at each other's throat. We would be fighting. And then one of us would be like, fuck this. I got to get high. And then the other person would be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're going to do that. And then finally the other person would say, okay, let's go do it.
Exactly.
And we would
That's
go
exactly how it goes.
That's
why it's.
And then like, if he would go behind my back or go without me, I would be so angry. And then it would start a huge fight. And we would stay up all night long, and I would accuse him of doing stuff that he wasn't doing. I mean, I don't know about you guys when y'all were using, but me and my husband, we were in our addiction together, and so was Captain and her husband. And so we would get high, and then we would fight and argue, and like we always had the intention of getting high and like having a good time, but it would always turn into something where we would argue, and it was like it got worse and worse as we kept using, because then we started getting high and like wanting to use meth to have sex and shit. And then we would get all freaky and like watching porn and shit. And then I would get mad because he was watching porn and looking at girls, and I would get jealous.
But you were like, turn on the porn, baby. And then you're like, fuck you for looking at her.
Yes. That's exactly what would happen. And then he would get mad at me because he
Oh my
would catch
God.
me like looking at girl. Because I don't care about watching dudes, but I would love watching me some girl porn, and I would be over there by myself watching these bitches, and
Dude,
he'd be like,
shut the
"You
fuck
son
up,
of a bitch."
bitch.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. No, because like my husband would like he'd kill me if I told you. No, he want to see regular porn. I wanted to see lesbians.
Uh-huh.
That's all I wanted to see.
Right. Me
And
too.
he was just like, yeah, that's cool and everything, but when are they gonna get to it kind of attitude. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's all, I can't put myself in a woman's body and be like, you know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be like fantasy like you're putting yourself there. That's how he was trying to explain it to me. And that's when
Uh-huh.
like our only arguments about porn would come in. Like, whatever. I'll watch on my
Right.
iPad and you watch on yours. Fuck you. You know,
Right.
like
Those were the
I
crazy
was totally
times, y'all.
freaky like that too. I was like, no, I'll just do the girl thing. That's I'm good.
Everybody in the chat knows what I'm talking about. Y'all have all done it too. They're all saying, oh shit, the guys are all going to get turned on. Sky, they did the same thing. I know, Sam, I know you did. Brandon, I know you did. I know all of you guys did the same thing. Because when you're using, and especially if you're using stimulants, it just happens. I don't know what it is about stimulants, but they just stimulate stimulize
You know
that
what's
area.
weird,
That,
Nicole? Is back
what?
in the day, back in the 90s with the really potent stuff, like when I used to mess around
Yep.
with amphetamines in like high school or adult years or whatever, because I
Mhm.
didn't do it for 17 years until like my late 30s, right before the end of my addiction. So I always heard about people wanting to have sex on it, and my ex-boyfriend always wanted to, and I never did. I felt like it, like I don't know, the stronger it was, the less I wanted to do it. But then with my husband, I think also it had to do with my ex-boyfriend was abusive. I did not love him. Like with my husband, it was different. Yes, we fell into that like sexual thing, but I
Right.
never understood it until I was with my husband. I was like, why do you guys want to fuck on tweaks? That's weird. I just want to clean my house and go through my
Well,
purse a million times.
that wasn't my first choice at first, but well, no, I'm lying to you guys. The first time, it wasn't until I started injecting methamphetamine that that feeling started happening. The first time I ever injected methamphetamine, it was on it, and trigger warning for anybody that's in here that gets easily triggered. The first time I shot meth, I literally had the best orgasm I've ever had in my whole entire life. And it was like Niagara Falls in my pants. Like I had just pissed my pants, y'all. That's how strong it was. And that's what all the people told me, all my friends that were doing it told me, oh, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. And they were not lying. And that after that first time, you guys, I never wanted to do it any other way. And that is what made me so addicted to shooting dope, is that feeling was so intense. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it to this day, and I'll never forget it. I will never forget how good that feeling was. But I'll tell you this, that feeling was great. But was it worth it? Was it worth everything that I lost due to my addiction? Was it worth me getting a felony charge and going to prison? Was it worth me losing my son? Was it worth me dropping my life and my dignity and my respect? Was it worth me living homeless and on the streets? Was it worth me losing my family? It wasn't. I wish I had never done it. I wish I had never done it. And I think back to that time, and I think if I had just not have tried that, my life would be so bit different today, because I don't think I would have ever started shooting dope, because I had such a judgmental mindset about it. I looked at people who shot dope like they were just I was better than they were, right? And
Yeah.
so when I did that, it took me down. It took me down to this level where it just took me down through there, you guys. It turned me out. Shooting methamphetamine turned me out. You know?
Yeah,
So,
no, I know. I never
and
shot dope, but
I was strung out. I can't even explain. Girl, listen to me. Do you know whenever your man goes down on you and he's doing the tweedly dee, tweedly dum down there, and you are like, your body's shaking because you're about to, you're about to go.
yeah.
And that's what it was like. That's what it's like whenever you do that. It's like you're about to go, your legs are shaking, you're out of control, just like, woo. That's what it was like. Woo, mercy.
That's crazy. I never got that off the pookie or snorting it. No. Do you know what was the worst thing for me, Nicole? Like losing, like, obviously my kids and everything like that. But even before I had kids, like when I was, fucking around when I was young, because like I said, there was like a lot of stages to my active addiction, and like I had been mellower at certain points in my life, and credibility that fucked with me a lot. Like I hated like not being able to take my word. My mom, friends of mine, like because some of my friends weren't all jacked up, like some that I had grown up with my whole life. Like they had partied with me at one time, but they weren't in it for the long haul like I was,
Yeah. I mean, I had best
And
friends that I went to high school with. And when I started using like that, they said, we cannot be here with you. We
right.
cannot be around you anymore, Nicole. We love you, but we cannot watch you kill yourself.
And some of them that were real fucked up in high school had cleaned up by the time we were older, and I didn't. And I don't know. I just always felt like such a big piece of shit. And my uncle, my mom's brother, he's like a super goody goody, and his daughter's like, they don't know anything outside of school life and good life, like they were so shocked. Like I couldn't believe they didn't know, I'm sure like my uncle knew, he's not stupid, but my cousins, like they're such goody goodies. They were absolutely shocked when my CPS case came. And I felt so bad, dude. I felt so
I
bad.
hope Sam says a couple people left the channel because they got triggered. And listen, you guys, like we're talking about this and we're laughing, kiki, but honestly, and that listen, I'm always going to keep it 100% real with you guys. I'm not ever going to lie to you about anything. Did drugs feel good? Yeah, they made me feel good. But you know what else they also did? They also took everything from me and then they stopped working. So they might have felt good at first. Everything might have been fun at first, but I lost everything because of my addiction. All right. So I don't want to go back. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to go back and I don't want to give up everything.
Missa, I had the same thing. I've had dealers be worried about me. And like I said, I never shot up before, but every single one of my friends had, right? And it was almost kind of like a thing where they were not going to let me do that. Like two of them were like dealers too. And they were like, dude, you're the type of person that will go in and the minute you're by yourself with your rig, you're going to die. Because the minute you don't have supervision, you are not the type of person that knows how to wait a couple seconds for it to kick in. Like you are just too impulsive to commit to being a junkie. Basically, is like so. I mean, I remember I got drunk a couple times. I was like, "Just let me shoot up," and they fucking, of course, they wouldn't let me do it. But other than that, like, I just didn't. And I think I just am lucky that I didn't get an opportunity to meet somebody that would help me out with that.
Right. I hear some people say like, "Oh, I never shot up. I didn't get that bad." Right. Let me tell y'all something.
No, I was beyond that bad. I had junkies looking down at me
just the
like,
luck
"Oh
of
my
the
God,
draw.
what's wrong with you?"
It's like we don't choose whether or not we get that bad or not. When we are in active addiction, we're not making the choice. Our addiction is. So if you are in some way in that delusion that you're in control somehow and you still think that you're running the show,
Yeah.
let me tell you, you are lost. You're not making the decisions anymore. Okay, your
I'm a
brain is
perfect
hijacking.
example of that, Nicole. I am, because I never shut up, and I literally had my intravenous using friends worried about me, going like, "Dude, do you think we should do an intervention for her? She's like asleep all the time."
Right.
Or she's like a spinning top, but she'll nod out. Like I would get all like tweaked out off just opiates alone, cleaning my house. But I wouldn't even really clean. I just like reorganize a drawer 7 times. You know,
Right.
like or my
Right.
closet 8 times or my purse 9 times. I would fold and unfold clothes. Like and they were legit worried about me. They were like, God, you know, like we thought we were bad. You're really bad, you know, and it doesn't, there's no truth in, yeah, they're junkies, they're worse. There's no truth to that at all.
Right. Right. Mm-mm-mm. Well, I love you, girl. I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna end
Love
this
you
chat.
too.
Okay.
All
Y'all,
right.
please go
Bye,
over
everybody.
if you haven't already, please go subscribe to Captain's channel. She's been such a good friend to me, and she helps me so much with my channel. And just go and support her if you don't mind. All right.
Love
Thanks,
y'all.
guys. Love you, girl.
Bye.
Okay. So what I wanted to do, since we kind of got to talking about some stuff that might, get those old feelings going. Hey, Michael. Anytime, man. Anytime. Really quickly, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'm going to go over the announcements that I made earlier. If you are a member or a patron, next Saturday we are having a members only, patron only trivia competition. It'll be recovery related content, and there will be 2 winners. Each winner will win a $50 gift card. Second announcement, if you're a subscriber of mine, if you go and follow me over on Real Talk Recovery on my Instagram, same as the channel, real_talk_recovery. I'm going to be doing a giveaway there to celebrate my 4,000 subscriber milestone. So those are 2 different ways that you can get in where you fit in and either compete for some money or get an option to win a prize, a giveaway prize. Okay. So go follow my Instagram at Real Talk Recovery or join and become a member or a patron for a chance to win $50. Next, tomorrow is Saturday. So tomorrow night we will be live again at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I want to thank everybody that came up this evening and participated and shared. Y'all did bomb. And I love it. I love that you guys were participating. I love that you guys felt comfortable enough to come up and share. And so I hope we can keep that same momentum for tomorrow night's meeting too. And before we close, I'm going to ask you guys if you can just have a moment of silence for the still sick and suffering addicts out there. And I'm going to say the serenity prayer. If you don't mind, you can join on with me. If you do mind, you can just click off here and I'll see you tomorrow. So let's have our moment of silence. Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Keep coming back because it works if you work it and you die if you don't. Believe that. Boom, 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 boom. See you tomorrow at 7, y'all. Love you. That thing is talking to me.